Alright guys, I'm back and sitting in the dark. And that's because I just got back from the optometrist and they dilated my pupils. So, thankfully there's nothing white on my screen because it still hurts my eyes, but I can see well enough to keep playing. So let's keep this going. Ta-da! Now I gotta pull up my chat real quick, so give me half a second. Eventually I'm going to dig into the OSB studio and figure out how to keep my chat coming up automatically when I do it. This is frustrating that I got to figure things out over and over and over again, but that's software for you. Alright, what on earth was I doing? I was getting ready to set up a well system. So let's see. I need to get water from up above. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? I like coming in underneath it so we can get the 7-7 flow. But I need to do it in such a way where I can do the pop from this level. So let's see. Why don't we go right here? Am I still on fast dwarf? I'm going to slow things down so my dwarfs don't go crazy doing nothing. Yep. Alright. Let's check on everything else too. A quick overview. Let's see if it's finished making some of the other things that I need. Can I do an Asher yet? Nope. I can check right here. Let's see. Alright, back to the well. Alright, so that's where that's going to be. Alright, let's set this up. We need a door so we don't flood everybody else if we make a mistake. We'll need a lever over here. And we need a bridge here. Oh, poop. I need more space than it's giving me. Why don't we just go straight down from here? That'll be there, and then we can set our lever up over here. Alright, come take care of that, dwarves. There we go. And then let's smooth that out just to make things easier. I'm putting this in the wrong place. Let's put this over here. And we'll need to go down. What was I thinking? Down. But first I need a wall here. Microclimb. Now I gotta wait. Alright. What I'm doing is I'm gonna dig here when I'm ready. Gun stand here, goes this way. create walls. I need that wall in place first because I dug in the wrong place. Then we keep going down until we get to our well level. This is where our wells are going to be. We want to come down one below it, and we want to continue to dig at this point so that we can continue this to the caverns once we get it ready. So we switch to sliding bridge, which is perfect for blocking water. Make that as a microclimb block. This is going to be our collection level for this will be our collection level, haha, for the wells that we're going to put above. And we can have a little bit of fun. We'll go complicated. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I screwed that up. But that's okay. It's still correct on the level below. Alright. And what we're going to do is, let's see. We need a lever for the bridge, and then a lever for, I'm sorry, the sliding bridge, and then we're going to need a lever for another bridge over here. And this is going to control the flow into our reservoir for the well, and then this is going to control flow up and above. So we can keep going down with this as we need to. And then up above, we're not going to do anything with those two yet, but these will be our first wells. Make for dwarves, happy dwarves, who have buckets of water to give to their sick and dying. Okay. So that's set up. We'll get everything dug first. I gotta come up from each side on here just to get around, because we're going to dig this out from the back side of it. Alright, and then that's going, that's going, that's going. Here is where I want my secondary, so I don't want to put the wall in yet. What we want first is a bridge here. That way we can prevent anything from coming down from up above. And guys, I'm using bridges instead of floodgates because floodgates are vulnerable to mega beasts and other creatures capable of destroying things. Whereas bridges, for some reason, generally aren't, unless something's on top of it when you're trying to close it. And I think they can destroy it then. Alright, so here we go. Let's put a lever in. Let's get rid of the saltpeter one, and we're going to need more mechanisms than this, because gets kind of complicated pretty quickly. Let's see if we have exposed any more bauxite, because if we have, we can make more. Ooh, good, a lot of bauxite. We'll keep that going, because we always need more mechanisms. Alright, so we got that going. That needs a wall before I can dig. This we can get the wall going down to our level. Keep it from flooding the entire dungeon. Alright, those aren't dug, but it's dug to here, so we'll do those. Alright. That should keep things busy for a couple seconds. Alright, there we go. Now we can speed things up a little bit. Just so it'll get done. Alright, and as soon as this bridge is done and I get it connected, we can close it and do the dig from way up high. Alright, now I can dig this. And we can get this wall constructed. Alright. Now, down here, this is where we need the second bridge to control the flow into the well reservoir. And I'm going to put in a pressure system. We'll see if this works. Because if you're, you play for a long time and your dwarves go through a lot of water, and instead of trying to refill where you've got the openings up above that will flood if you leave it open too long, we'll try a pressure system and see if that does any good. So, looking for traps and pressure plates. We want water to trigger it. We want one trigger at 7. And 7 will close it. And then we want a second trigger at 4, which I think is where it becomes too shallow. But let me double check that. When does a well turn dry in Dwarf Fortress? And we'll see what Google AI does. Yeah. Let's see. Doesn't seem to tell me what the level it is. Dwarf Wiki. This is disappointing. Well, I'd hate to have to do this again. But let's assume it's 4. No. Yeah, let's assume it's 4. Okay. And that didn't build it because I hit the wrong button. So let's try that again. I'm sure you can hear the motorcycles racing by outside. I wish I had soundproof. There we go. I do not have soundproof windows. A lot of sound comes through here. And I don't know if my microphone or not filters out the sort of garbage like that. It's kind of neat when it does. Alright, the other thing I want to do is, and I kind of waste time doing this, but because it's not important. It doesn't bother you dwarves to have a mess laying around, but it does bother me. So I'm going to set all these guys to dump, and then I can set up a temporary dumping area for everything inside of here. And since I'm cheating a little bit with Fast Dwarf, we can get that done. Alright, so actually, you know what? This is a pretty good spot for it. Since I can't use this level, then I can use that level. Yeah, let's just do our dump site right here. Alright, come dig it for me, guys. There we go. Set up the garbage dump. There we go. Okay, so that's set up. I'm just curious, guys. Drink. Why am I running out? But as long as I'm on this level, let's see if I can build my asher yet. Alright, what's going on? I know I set it up. Didn't I? Crushed splint barrel bucket, yeah. I guess I gotta let the game just actually play for a little bit. Get some shit done. Alright, so that's done. I can build the safety wall here. Alright, here we go. Now we can get the other 2 levels in. Lever 1, lever 2, and I gotta take this wall down. I'm working too fast. Drama music is playing. Y'all let me know if things are too loud. I have to figure out a way to turn down the music if it's playing against my microphone too heavily. I also need to extend the wire on my microphone so it's right next to my mouse. You'll be hearing me clicking and crap. Alright, link it to the lever. Don't need to pull that one. Link lever. And pull that lever. Alright, and I'm going to turn off that so that they can help dump items. There they go. Alright, and then link that, and then over here we'll link that one. And then once after the initial fill, I can set that up so it should automatically refill my well depth if it ever runs dry. But we'll probably have to play for a good couple of dozens years to make sure that find out if that happens, and by then we'll forget about it. Okay. While they clear that out. Oh, do I have extra dwarves now? I do. All right. So, who's new? Oh, good. We got a jeweler and we got a milker. All right, so and we've got 5 guys mining if we need them. But it means we can set up a couple of other things going. Take advantage of having some extra dwarves. Get some other blocks going. Do I have any more jet yet? Alright, I'm going to keep making jet blocks because I'm going to run out and I like the color for my workshops. Up top, we can start with a wall for outside, and we're going to need a trading post for when the traders come, because they'll just bypass your site if we don't do that. Alright, but this is our first layer of security for wild creatures and invasions. And I set it up with 4 entrances. And we'll come back to that, but it works for now. And then I usually pick one side or the other where we don't have too much coming in out of our way. Oh shoot, we're going to need a floor here to get over the stream that's in the middle of our first construction on the surface. And here's Trade Depot. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. There we go, nice and centered. We'll do this in microcline blocks also. And let's clear some more trees. Alright, that looks good. Yeah, we gotta piss off the elves before they even show off. by show up by clearing as many trees as we possibly can, littering the ground with abandoned logs that you don't have enough work to do for. All fun. Sorry, I'm also eating peanut butter as I play. Alright, but I know since everybody was curious, my optometrist said my eyes are good. No cataracts, no macular degeneration. Just a little change in my prescription, so I don't even need to change glasses if I don't want to, because I don't. But they want me to wear reading glasses, which I guess I gotta do. But that's no fun. Alright, let's set up more stuff and see what managed to get constructed so I can build more places. Alright, what's going on? I guess I don't have anybody free to work on it. Wooden door. Is my manager? What is he doing? He's the expedition leader. Is he still hurt? No, he's making a bed. Alright, well, since we gotta wait forever, we do have the bridge up, so let's go ahead and let the water flow. Alright, and then I guess we can go ahead and start up all the other digging we need to do to mature our fortress. I guess my eyesight has not quite recovered yet. Anyway, once they dilated my eyes, and I guess I'm still blurry enough where I'm messing up all my construction moves over here. I do like being able to do these large construction things with addition and subtraction instead of trying to trace everything out with individual moves. It's a quick way to get lots of complicated shapes set up for digging. And then up here, how are we doing on meat? We're running low on meat. So, let's butcher the animals that came with us. Alright, damn creatures, pets, livestock. Alright, kill them all. I don't really usually try to set up a farm with things, but let's let the donkey grow up. We'll get more meat out of him. And I can start normalizing some of the other places for future expansion into. These all usually become my stockpile areas, particularly around the food. I'll break it down later into drink areas and cheese areas, etc. Alright, let's see if my kern is ready. Yes, it is. And I should have enough to mechanisms to do a screw press. Even though I don't really use these earlier in the game like it is now, it's nice to have things set up. Alright, and then I'll set those up later. But what I like to do here, let's go ahead and get the mechanic going. Process plants if the plants are greater than 10. And oh, I should have done this before I built the, because it looks like this direction is the best direction to do it in. I like to grow some stuff from the surface, but I like to have it protected too and not be a secret entry into my fort. So let me go ahead and I'll redo this. It's not a big a deal. And we still have some time because it's only midsummer. And I will start out my farm. I want to do it quickly though, so let's change it to 1. Here we go. And y'all will see what I'm talking about. Since I know that all of this is soil, it will grow things that are that usually grow on the surface. But we can dig down and cover it up. Because guess what? Somehow the sun still shines through stone floors. Alright, so you guys will be here as soon as the trade depot goes down again. But, and then I gotta come back in because I didn't cut the trees all the way. But I can fill in those spots, not too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'll have a total of 14 plots once they're done with this. Alright. And we'll get these dug right here. Are my dwarves? Yeah, let's dedicate these guys again. They'll come and dig the open spots, and then I can do farm plots down below after I smooth the soil down to flat. But you know what? I don't think my carpenter is going to be doing what I want. I gotta go to labor. Alright. Woodcutters. You're now a woodcutter. You're also a woodcutter. You're all woodcutters. No. Let's turn off mining for this guy. And we'll turn on the jeweler, because I don't want him jeweling all the time. I want him to also mine. Alright, let's see. Struck this and that and the other. Alright, there we go. Some migrants arrived. We slaughtered an animal. Things are looking good. Okay, let's fill in the gaps. Oh, I bet these trees are set to the wrong priority. Let's make sure they're all set to 1. Of course, I can't read because I'm blind. Ah. Yeah, that's a 1. Alright. Now I gotta fill these 2 in so I can rebuild the trade depot. Microclone blocks. And I really need somebody to come and cut the trees down. Yeah, you do it. Why does it think my carpenter is still up? I thought I turned him off. There we go. All right. Now we make little entrances for every single one. Where are you felling the tree? Yay! Alright, so I can clean up my mess a little bit now. Alright. Now that that's cleaned out, we can flatten out the inside and get that going. Alright, so we got water. We're not quite ready to open this yet, are we? No, because I need a wall here. That's important. Alright, keep that closed. We open this. And they're not quite done cleaning out down below. But that's okay, because we need them to build. Be impatient, make everything happen quicker. There we go. Alright, now we can build farm plots everywhere. Sorry if I don't talk through the repetition until I get to figure out topics to talk about that people might be interested in. Since I don't even know if anybody's ever going to watch this. We shall find out. Alright, what's everybody doing? Digging and felling trees. Alright, y'all are on fast, so I don't need that. Okay. Let's let things happen. Yeah, things go a little slow till we get a couple of more migrants our way, which won't happen till after we have a trade caravan come in and they see how wealthy we are spending our gems so early in the game. It also doesn't help when I have it on pause by mistake. Keep going, guys. Uh-oh. Good God, my carpenters are like crappy. Keep hurting themselves with collapsing crap. Stop hurting yourselves, guys. I don't know what it is sometimes. Sometimes you get clumsy dwarves, and sometimes they just keep going and going and going. And never get hurt. Okay. We've got the area covered over that we want to have our trade depot at, so we're going to reconstruct it right where it was. And since I'm a planner, you should know, yes, I have plans for a route to protect once we get things a little bit more established and more dwarves to put it all together without relying on DF hack to speed things along. But I'm doing that anyway to keep the game from getting boring. I don't know why it didn't want to do that. Oh, because the blocks were there. Okay. So we got that going. Now, see, we got nothing here. What are we supposed to do? Let's gather some things. Where is it? Gather plants. We don't want to do too big of an area. We just want to make sure we get enough things to plant a couple of things, because these really come in handy for keeping your drink levels high. And soon we're also going to set up a fruit area and focus on making sure that only the fruit trees start regrowing so that we can gather fruit when we need to. But we've got more plump helmets coming along, so that's good, and we have enough people to keep our barrels being made, we hope. Okay, back to still waiting on things. Waiting sucks. That wasn't me. Okay, what else can I do while we wait? Alright, here we go. They're almost done. Bet you they all stop to drink and sleep. Yep. And we got one more injured. He's on the traction bench, though, so hopefully he'll be back in action soon. You know, you still got two hands. Alright. Good. That's done. Let's get our wall built here. And then as soon as that's in place, we'll slow things down a bit. And let the floods permit. Losing my words, guys. It's from talking too much. Proceed. Alright, there goes the water. Alright. It's going to fill things up. Let's see if it works. What's going to happen is I'm going to have to reset it after we reach 4, because 4 will trigger it, but we want it to go to 7. So after it reaches 4, it'll flip it, and then I'll have to manually flip it. Alright, let's see. And then, since I'm kind of cheating and we're getting ahead of things, while that's going, let's set up some of the other things that I like to do. Alright, since we're getting our new dwarves in soon, we have a couple, and a couple who don't have beds yet, let's just go ahead and assign the beds. Alright. We don't need to manually assign. We might want to later, but for now, the game will just pick it. When they get tired, they'll go and get a room and call it their own. Which works well enough. But now we get to plan for the future. Set all this up. One day I'm actually going to sit down and figure out how to write the macros, because everything I do is so pattern and repetitive oriented that it would be perfect for macros, but I've always treated it more like Zen, where it's part of the enjoyment is just doing the same shit over and over again. Which is, I guess, why it's so hard to talk about this sometimes, because I feel like, good God, how could this possibly be interesting? Even though everything has a distinct reason and purpose that I'm doing forward, and trying to make everything efficient and purposeful and expandable. I don't know. Maybe I should just be a little more freeform with it sometimes, I like to think, but this is just how I play. See, here comes the Zen music. Okay. Now this will get me set up for having 2 blocks of dwarf bedrooms. And so 84. We can house 84 dwarves, which usually means a little more, because eventually they get married and have the babies. Alright, now I can work on some of the social rooms that we need in order to have happy dwarves. In most of the first phase of your game, because you will go through certain phases, this first phase is just construct, keep your dwarves from spiraling by keeping them fed, happy, and drunk. Alright. This will become my inn. I like a big inn. Makes it easy to make it more valuable and keep them happy when they're in there meeting everybody. More room for dancing. Oops, I made it too big. I set it up like this so that I can do rooms on the side for visitors. Alright, next we do a library. And for visiting scholars, I create a U shape for their rooms. Alright, and then this is where I get a little fancy with how things are going to be looking. This is the hallway, and you'll see it also becomes display areas when I finish setting it up. And then I do special storage areas for sheets and library shelves, etc. And then I have one room that I do in the middle that I'll just keep a perfect square. And that's where I set up the tables and the writing areas. Alright, these become storage areas. This becomes the entrance hallway to the rooms. And, oh, I did that backwards. I set up pedestal areas all the way around so that we can, when our artifacts run out in the other areas, in the temples and what have you, we have a place to put our artifacts. And these little alcoves just work perfectly for this. And I could probably just build them, but it's more fun to dig them because it, gives me more crap to do. And then I'm quite happy. Alright. Okay, that's looking the way I want it to. And what the hell, I'll keep drawing the rest. And yes, I just leave the others bare at the moment for nooks and crannies. It's fun to have nooks and crannies in your game for later on. You never know when you'll need a secret storage spot. Actually, you never need one of those, but whatever. Let's see. I could just change this a little bit. Make this part of the hallway, and yeah, there we go. That works. We'll never have that many scholars coming anyway. Okay. And then let's see how many gods we have. No. I'm going to wait on that. But there's no reason not to set up the dig of all the other temples. And get our rocks going on that. And by get our rocks going, I mean create more rocks to make blocks out of. And whatever else our dwarves need to do with it. Seven. All right. Pedestal areas. And entrances. Oh, and we're going to need some mugs to keep our dwarves happy. So let's make 10 of them real quick. And what do we have to make it out of? Shoot, we don't have a lot to choose from. Let's go ahead and do... Wait. Shoot. Is Marcasite Magna safe? I forget. Stone use. Marcasite is not mag safe. Alright, let's just go ahead and make rock mugs out of Marcasite till we run out. Why did it not take what I was trying to do? Am I in caps lock? Oh, I'm frustrated. Oh. Can't click. Alright, there we go. Make rock mug. Good lord. Oh, crap. Look at that. I pulled an idiot. That's okay. I dug where I meant to just dig. So, let's fill these in. Mistakes happen. And that is a common mistake when your eyes are dilated and you can't see what you're clicking on. But it'll definitely keep my dwarves busy. Alright, 67. We're doing fine on food. We got that coming along. We should have some dwarves gathering some things to turn into plantings. So let's just keep things running now. And since it's late summer, I'm going to take a break. And we'll come back and see what happens. And I'll just leave it running. And, oh my god, y'all have actually been watching me. I'm going to turn the images off. And we'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's see. Got to a save. Alright. Let's see if they got anything ready for me to plant. Nope. Alright, I'm going to keep playing until the traders show up. Because it's getting late in the day for me, the work day that is. I think I've got things set up at home where I can just transfer the files to myself and continue playing from home if I have the energy. Oops, I didn't want microcline. I'm doing jet for the shops, I forget. Jet. I'm getting things set up for a massive influx of migrants because I'm in a relatively safe place and I've really set it up easy, so I'm not going to have a lot of deaths or injuries yet to scare away guys. And with the gems going, I'll have a lot of wealth, which always looks good for the migrants. They like to come when you got lots of wealth. Alright, let's go ahead and get some of the other workshops going. More crafts. Yeah, we got plenty of jet blocks to go ahead and get things moving. Lots of jet blocks. I'm going to leave the video off. Oh boy, a phone call. Let's see if it's a real one. Ellinger Architects.
Hello.
This is Ellinger Architects. Can I help you?
Hi, this is Victor with AT&T. How are you doing today?
I'm just fine. What can I do for you?
Okay. This call is regarding your phone lines and internet services. So, can I speak to the authorized person who makes decisions for your phones and internet?
Oh, I'm afraid they've left for the day. Could I take a message?
Can you ask them to call us back? It's regarding your phone lines and internet services. You can note down my callback number.
You don't have a callback number?
It's 888
Okay.
681
Okay.
3816.
Okay. I'll have someone call. Thanks. No, I won't. All right. Where was I? I must continue going. Jet blocks, jet blocks. All right. We'll get our looms going. The game gets much more fun once we get a good number of dwarves so that we can start setting up the larger projects, the mega projects as they call them. And who's that? Clothers. Yes, let's get those going. Clothes. Jet blocks. Jet blocks. Jet blocks. And I need to say hello to Broadcoder, my very first visitor who's actually here while I'm actually streaming. How you doing? He's the one who gave me advice that I should start talking. So I'm talking. And hopefully helping people, lull people to sleep for their afternoon naps. Okay, now I'm going to fix my mistakes down here by creating the larger series of rooms that I like to use for administrators and the lower nobles when they start arriving. So we'll get those set up, clean up my mistake. That's half the game, is figuring out how to clean up your mistakes. There we go. Larger bedroom. What am I setting these up as 4s? Whatever, they're not important. They'll eventually get around to digging them. Yeah, we really want the inn and the library to get done. That way we can start setting zones down here. Alright, and then here's one trick that I like. When you've got your stairs right at the center of the game, you can dig all the way down, except we want to do this in 1, so you can dig all the way down, usually without hitting a cavern, until you reach the bottom. The bottom being either a magma or what do they call it? Hot stone, so that you can't dig any further. And this way we can work our little trick to find the first level of magma and just hit it earlier in the game, so we don't have to go down through every single cavern and protect ourselves from all the wild monsters. Alright, so we'll pop back up while that's coming along, and the game can start again while we're waiting. We'll check on our well. It's now at 4, and our pressure plate tripped it, so we're going to open it again. And we have to open it, flip the lever twice for it to reopen. At least I think that's the way it works. And we can continue going up to 7. And then I'm going to make sure it works before I dig the hole to place the well. But that's the next step of that. Let's see if we've got any mugs. Yeah, they're working on the mugs right now. That'll keep our guys happy. They're fixing my mistake over here, which is good. And what else? Alright, we ran out of bauxite. We're out of buckets? Come on, guys. What is going on? Alright, make 42 buckets. That'll make me happier. Oh! I must have hit a wrong button somewhere. We want it to be less than. Alright. That's frustrating. Is that why it's not doing the other things? Alright, so we've got empty barrels. We just didn't have empty buckets. And we haven't processed enough plants yet. Or at least nothing plantable. It looks like I've got a pretty wide selection of plantables to be able to do this, but it's not. Let's gather more plants then. See what we can dig up on this side of the screen. It's got lots of stuff to get. Come get it quickly, guys. There we go. Drama music. Alright. Oops. Well, my trick didn't seem to work this time. But let's see how far down and what we got. Ah! Oh no, it's right in the middle of my thing. Well, this is where playing on fast can help out a lot too, because I don't have a lot of dwarves. Not enough to protect. Not enough yet to protect the walls. But if I play with fast dwarf on, we can take care of it, even with only 9 dwarves. And before our first trade caravan has arrived yet. Let's just get it done. Okay, there we go. We're going to build stairs down to the next spot. It's supposed to let me do that anyway. Oh, I know why I won't. First, we got to have a space on either side. Of course, now the trade guy shows up. So, while we set that up, let's get our gems out to here for trading. Cut gems. And the nice thing is, most of the gems you find at the surface aren't really worth a lot anyway. As you can see, most of them are 40s. We had a couple of hundreds. There's 1,000. What did we find? A tourmaline. Must have been cut nicely. Or in demand. Okay. And this will be good for getting us stocked up on things that we're going to need in the future. And as long as I'm standing here, I'm going to go ahead and fill in some of these. Microcline blocks. Alright, you guys are still gathering stuff. We'll do a broker. Look at that. I promise. It looks like I'm off center anyway. Maybe I didn't count properly at the beginning. Looks like I didn't. Oh well, whatever. Why didn't I would notice that though, wouldn't I? How much space do we have over here? Oh yeah, I off-centered. I totally screwed up the entire fortress by doing that. Look at that. God, that's so frustrating. Whatever. My pattern still fits, and that's all that's really important. Alright, so I gotta wait for them to dig that before I can continue. Let's see. Did it ever reopen? Nope, waiting on the second pole. Alright, and let's see. Where did the traders come from? Where are you guys? Other merchant. Alright, so they're coming right off the same side that I built the trading post at, which means I need my gate when I do my big secondary walls on a side that makes it more difficult to invade from. Alright, so let's get this done and then I can stop talking and say goodbye, because I'm going to quit after we do the traders for today and try to pick back up tomorrow. Diplomacy, usually the first, to save myself some trouble, we'll ask for clothes, because that's an industry that takes a couple of years to get going smoothly, and a couple of years is when your clothes start wearing out, and it's nice to have that extra stuff around to keep dwarves from spiraling into unhappiness. And I'll ask for more fish too, since I like to turn that off, and we always need fish shells. Oh wait. No, I didn't want to leave that screen. I gotta do it again. I hate that you get so used to hitting the escape button that you hit it at the wrong times instead of hitting the done button. So, let's do that again real quick. Just coats, vest, clothes, headwear, hoods, gloves and mittens, socks and shoes, trousers and loincloths. Done. Ah, I forgot the fish. Oh well. Alright, they like figurines and cut gems. Alright, we're going to be doing well with this then. Soon all of the gems will arrive and I can initiate the trade. Come on, hurry up. They don't move very fast when you've only got 9 dwarves, even if you're fast dwarfing it. Alright. Trade it all. I like to get bars just to have some handy in case somebody has a strange mood. I like a couple of extra chains in case I set up my dungeon before I'm ready to make chains. Don't need any of this stuff yet. When you have enough money, I always buy animals to slaughter, even when you're buying all the meat and what have you. And since we're I haven't set up any of the trap system that I like to use yet. I'll get some extra cages just to have them available. And I just go ahead and buy all this stuff. I've already got my boxes. I don't want to buy extra stuff yet. So let's start down from the bottom. I'm not ready to set up the library system yet, but I'm going to still buy a sheet anyway just to have on hand. We got the crutches and splints going already with the manager. Cheese helps. I'm not going to do any big traps yet. We'll come back to the clothing in case I need it, but I always buy thread. Buy all the food when you have enough money. I like extra steel anvils, and I got plenty of money this time from doing the cut gems. Now, this is what will suck away all your money, is to buy cloth, but they didn't bring much this time, so let's go ahead and buy it all up. For bags, I always buy the bags with stuff in it when I have the money. And if I need more than that, usually when I'm trying to start up a glass industry, I'll just buy a bunch of empty bags. But we don't need that yet. Alright, we don't need boxes yet. But I do need to set my manager up to start making all the furniture for the dwarves' rooms. Because we will need that soon enough too. Alright. And let's see. Let's go ahead and buy some extra clothes just so we have them. If you notice, I'm turning off the expensive clothes. And I haven't even set up my army yet, so we're going to leave that alone. Alright, let's go back down and buy the leggings that they have too. And then now we can turn off trading on some of the gems and get down to what only we need. Whoops. Alright, so there we go. 300. Let's see. We can save a couple of more bucks. Be cheap. There we go. Trade. Alright. We got it. We are done. Don't forget to say no trader needed so you can get your other guy back to work. And let's see if they've managed to cut this opening yet. Yep. Now we should be able to build the stair because they have enough room to work. Construction stair. Because in order to fix this up, we got to have our stair connecting. to the next one. And there we go, microcline blocks. Alright, we'll get that sorted away later. Boy, which one did we get into? This is a pretty big cavern. Frustrating. Because now we have to get the cavern prepared to protect it. And that takes a lot of time and effort. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up before I say goodbye for the day. One of the problems with caverns is you really want to get them protected before the savage oh shoot, I can't even think of the names of them now. The cavern dwellers, that's it, before the cavern dwellers show up, because without a military that's well trained and has time to chase them around, they will devastate your fortress. Alright, so we got all sides. And since we know it is our first cavern level, this is going to make getting down to the lava so much more difficult. Alright, we'll go ahead and set this up as a 2. We'll get our central cavern going back up to here. And then alright, here's a good one. Alright, this one is probably, here we go, this one is right up against the edge. Where's one we know will penetrate? There we go. Alright, so this is where I'm going to set it up to go out to the exterior. Alright. 1, 2. Yes, I keep my pattern going all the way down. Alright, then I'm back to my center. And let's change this to 1 because we want to get out there quickly. Yeah, and this should get enough to show us all the cavern so we see what we're dealing with all around. But cavern conquering will have to wait until tomorrow. It is after 5. I am tired and my throat hurts. So, have a good one and take it easy.